Welcome back to the Exploring Nollywood podcast. I'm your host, Mimi, and with me, I have a very distinguished guest. This is part 2 of our Nollywood production, and this is the interviews. So, Auntie, to you, what makes a good Nollywood movie?
Story.
Mm-hmm.
Actors, good acting. Technical work. And finally, the distribution.
What do you mean
So
by
the story,
distribution? Okay, sorry.
well, what the medium you're going to use. But the story is the most important thing.
Okay.
If you don't have a good story, you must have a good, captivating story that has something to offer. That's my personal opinion. It must have something to offer. There must be something there in your story. Then you must have your casting must be done right. Then your technical work is critical to the success of your story. Critical, the technical work, the director, the DOPs, the makeup, the costume, the audio, sound. Music. Sound we've had issues with sound. I mean, in those days, I think I want to give credit to the filmmakers. I think a lot of things have improved greatly. Our filmmakers have really, really improved in the years that I see some films and I'm like, wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah, there are some films that will shock you with how good it is.
Yeah, well, it's expected. Let's not say it will shock me. It's expected for it to be good.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's when I see the bad ones that I'm shocked. So we have evolved to that stage where we can really sit down and really tell ourselves that we are the best. We should be at the pinnacle. Anywhere in the world, we should be at the best. We should be at the highest apogee right now, and people should be looking up to us right now. But unfortunately, maybe we're not there yet, but we'll get there.
We're getting closer, one hopes.
Amen.
So if you're producing a movie, and obviously you want every movie to be great, what is one thing you make sure is always involved?
I think for me, the screenplay. One thing that must happen in a film is it must either make you cry or make you laugh.
Okay.
It must hit something in you. You need to be watching a movie and you get so immersed in it, and you find yourself just cleaning your eyes from just empathizing with the characters. That to me tells me that the story was good. Your delivery of the story, how you make me believe the story.
The connection of that story to
Thank you. Yes, the connection is critical. Really critical. I don't want to watch a movie and somebody tells me somewhere that, oh, you see that guy died in the movie, and everybody's like, really? Okay. Oh, and they were crying. Oh, they were professional criers or whatever. No, you must get that passion. You must get that, you must elicit that emotion. Your story must be told in such a way that it cuts across. It hits the nerve. That's what I feel.
And Auntie, what makes a bad Nollywood for you? Okay.
The copycat mentality, whereby everything from somewhere else, you just bring it and put it there. You copy everything, including Western or somebody else's culture, and you say it's Nigerian. You see Nigerians trying to speak in accent that is not. That's why I love traditional films. That's why I love the ones that we use our local languages to enact. That's why I love, because pidgin or whatever it is, because they are real, they are authentic, they are, don't come and say somebody that has never traveled abroad, or even the person has traveled abroad, the person is now trying to speak and the person you can see the struggle. You didn't even give the person enough time to even learn how to even mimic somebody, and they come out and sometimes people are looking at it and are saying, what is this, how people abroad behave? That's not how they behave. So the things that people learn here when we watch some films, that's totally not how people behave abroad.
Definitely.
Sometimes when you hear the way they are talking, hey, what's up, man, and all that, that's not how the normal person speaks abroad. except maybe people in the ghettos. If that's what you are showcasing, well, that's okay then. To show somebody and all you want to show about the person lives in the US, and all you see is the person wearing bling bling and saying yeah man, come on now. That's terrible, so that's a story that leaves you wondering what just happened. You can't merge part 1 to part 2. It's like we are watching 3 or 4 different things.
Oh, I've watched some movies like that.
Yeah, you can't even, you're wondering, okay, who is this character now? Oh, okay, so what are they talking about now? There's no plot. Meanwhile, it's supposed to be one film, and sometimes you're wondering, were they trying to make it a part 1 and part 2, or what? You get confused, and you're wondering, hey, what happened? That is a badly told story. Yeah. And then there are some stories where we don't have what I would call attention to details.
Okay.
There's some things that are, which a lot of comedians use to make fun of us. Sometimes, they slap somebody on the right cheek, the person comes on the next thing holding the left cheek. You start wondering what, or somebody who comes with a grotesque stomach and they say the person is pregnant and that is stuffed up cloth or something, or some makeup that doesn't look real and you can see that there's chalk and stuff like that. We've gone beyond all of that now. We need, or where there's poor continuity, basically, so those are poorly told stories.
And
or where yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So these poorly, as you said, these bad Nollywood movies, the story issues, the lack of details, what does that mean from a production standpoint? How does a producer make such a movie? What goes wrong?
You have to there are producers and there are producers, and that's the fact. There are some producers who do not know what they're supposed to be doing. That's a fact. There are producers who were just came in and then somebody just gives them the title. There's a lot that goes into being a producer. And you can study this, you can understudy somebody who is already a producer. You must take away the ego and be ready to learn. Oh, I don't really know how to do this. There's nothing wrong with it, So sometimes some people, to cut costs, they get somebody who is supposed to be a friend or who did one thing sometime or was just able to do, and they say this person is now the producer. You are going to rob Peter to pay Paul. It's going to be penny wise, pound foolish. Because the person does not understand, does not have the overview, does not have a comprehensive knowledge of what they're supposed to bring to the table. And so there are some things that will be missing. And those things missing will be critical components to the success of the entire story. Now, a seasoned producer would know what to do. When I say seasoned producer, I'm not saying that you cannot, that's what I'm saying, you can learn, you can study, okay? So these are some of the things that you go through when you don't get a good producer. The attention to details will be there. There are just some things there. Sometimes you find somebody who has a budget. I'm just using these figures now. Let's say you have let's say one pound, and the person tries to work within that 1 pound. Try to work within that 1 pound. At the end of the day, there's cost overrun. The movie is not made. You now end up spending 2 pounds. As against if you had just budgeted your 2 pounds, you would have gotten. So sometimes, again, it may not be the producer's fault. It may be the executive producer's fault or the financiers. Sometimes people think, oh, it's not just to make this movie. Just get this one. You bring your cousin, your brother, your sister, your relatives, and everybody comes in and you think that you're making a movie. You're not making a movie. You are doing your family, you're having your family meeting that you are recording. It's true. It's a profession. It's a profession. You have to take it with a lot of dignity, a lot of respect, a lot of value. And that's why people are making big money. It's a big money industry. It's big money. So when you know that big money is involved, you bring your creativity and your professionalism into it. Don't just get my cousin and my cousin's cousin and just give them titles and just tell them to run the show. It doesn't happen that way. You're going to, like we used to say in school then, garbage in, garbage out. Rubbish in, rubbish out.
Interesting. That gives us a different perspective on Nollywood movies. So, Auntie, personally, do you have a favorite movie?
No.
Not even the ones you have produced, written, or directed?
The ones I produce, I go back. I'm my worst critic.
Okay.
I go back and look at it and I'm like, oh, I should have done this way. Oh, I shouldn't have done that this way. Oh, I should have done this way, So I'm my very worst critic. People may look at it, and I've heard people come to say, wow, that was fantastic. Oh, did you? I guess, looking at it from a different perspective.
Yes, I could have done.
When I see effort, I appreciate any creative effort, because I know that when you have, for example, when you have a story and you give it to 5 directors, they're going to come up with 5 different visual presentations at the end of the program, and they've all put in effort. So I can appreciate their efforts. The person whose own has the total thing is probably going to be the best. I mean, amongst, the soul is the first amongst all equals, But so I just watch them, love the aesthetics. I look at a lot, I learn from. I'm sitting down and watching films, and most of the time my kids don't want to watch films with me, because at every given point, sometimes I'm taking notes. I'm like, wow, this was a good angle. But that was a good thing. So they're like, Mom, can you just enjoy the movie? Can we just enjoy this? But I have to give credit to, there's so many wonderful movies that I have seen. So many. I mean, of course, like you said just now, my films are, to me, they're good, but I critique them every time I see them.
I can understand that.
The domino effect, everybody loved it. The goddaughter, everybody loved it. The child, everybody loved it. But I go back and I look at it and I'm like, wow, okay, I should have done this now. Oh, okay, maybe I should have used this particular shot. So,
Which is a question. Where do we find these movies?
My movies?
Yes.
That's a good question. The goddaughter was out. It was on Dias TV, which was the internet thing I had. But after some time, I shut that down. And also, Domino Effect was on it. Actually, I was putting up my works on that site, as well as getting some other titles, and making it
a catalog,
aggregating everything. Yes, like a catalog, and having everybody's stuff there. So now you may not be able to find any of them. I've been told so many times to just bring them into the market, into Nigeria market, and get them, blah 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 blah. Maybe I'll think about that, because I know people have been asking me, where can we get this film, and so that's something that I'm thinking about, and that's something that I may do. But I'd rather the YouTube and the iRock TV way, or the Netflix way, because that's where everybody's transitioning to.
That's where everybody wants to be.
Yes. So, maybe start that conversation as well, and then take it from there.
Okay, Auntie, do you have a favorite actor or actor then actress?
No, I don't. I don't. I love different people for different love them in their different ways. So I can't say I have a particular favorite. I watch them. There's so many who are outstanding in their different ways, in their delivery. Somebody could be outstanding in delivery when on stage. Somebody else is fantastic as a TV actor. Somebody else is fantastic as So I look at them, and I cannot readily say actor, actress, which one is favorite. No.
Okay, Auntie, let's move on to the game I play with my guests called Build Your Own Nollywood Movie.
Oh my.
Most of the people I have on here, most of them have actually done that, but it's just like a little bit of fun. So who everything starts from casting. Who are the actors in your movie?
I had in the ones I did, right? The ones I produced, right?
No. In your fantasy movie.
Oh, in my fantasy movie, the actors in my fantasy movie. I will take Austin Ebuka. I will take Bim Manuel. I will take Kepi. I would take I would take oh good gracious. I would take Francis Duru. I would take Shegun. I would take Norbert Young. I would take how many do you need?
It's your movie, but that's a very strong cast of veteran actors. Like, that's a distinguished movie.
Okay.
I don't usually ask for the plot. What I do ask is,
Oh,
what is the
sorry.
good
Sorry,
thing?
no. I
Okay.
thought you were asking for the actors. Does that include the women
Oh,
actresses?
yes, you can now add the women in this past
Thank
movie.
you. I'll take Joker Silver. I'll
Oh,
take Taiwan Lysed. I'll take Tina Umba. I'll take Tosin. I'll take Hilda Dokubo. I'll take Lilian.
mm,
I'll take let me see now. Is there? I'll take uh I'll take Sifo.
mm,
I'll take Jemima Sunday.
Jemima.
I'll take I'll take Messi Aigbe. I'll take Funke Kindele. I'll take
Auntie, there will be no space in this movie.
more person I'll take. What's the name now? Tony Ibrahim or Ibrahim.
Abraham, yes. Well, that's a solid group of actors there. Like, that's a distinguished movie. What would be the good thing about your movie?
What would be the
The
word?
good thing about your movie? The thing that has everybody raving, having just seen the movie.
Yeah, what would be different about it would be the number one, it will have a plot. It will have a very fantastic scenery. It would have of course, I have the assembly of the best actors. But one thing that would be unique about it is that it would definitely elicit some emotions for a change. It will have a social angle or a social change angle to it. It's not going to be a film that would just, you would come and you would sit through it and, you'll be complacent and you just go away. No, it's going to be something that will stir up something, an emotion in you that would make you know that you are a part of a change and that you need to do something. I love my audience being a part of it. That's why my stage work is usually, it has the mass participation in it. I don't believe that I should be talking and you just listening. I want us to be involved in the conversation. So that's my own strategy that I have evolved over the years. I actually have a model that I have evolved, that I have used
No.
as an intervention. Yes, as an intervention for communities. So you cannot just come watch the film. There must be something in you that makes you realize that, wait a minute, things should not just be this way. We need to make a change.
No movie is perfect. What is bad about your movie?
What would be bad about my movie? I think what could be bad about my movie would be taking using a variety of shots for one particular scene. Sometimes you use so many angles that you see that it's a fault. So you may have so many angles that you're trying to get this one, that angle, that angle, that angle. You end up getting like about 6 or 7 when 4 could have been enough and told the story. That would be bad.
That is unique. Thank you so much for joining me, Auntie, and talking with me. You had some very interesting points, some fascinating viewpoints that we probably haven't thought of before.
Well, I'm glad to have been a part of the conversation, and I'm glad that it was thought-provoking. And I thank you too for dragging me out of my comfort zone and my interview phobia. Thank you for having me. I've really enjoyed this. Yeah, and let's go grow Nollywood as an industry.
Oh, thank you so much, Auntie.
Thank you, darling.
So everyone, thank you for joining me on this episode of the Exploring Nollywood podcast. As I said, next time we're going to be talking about new versus old Nollywood, even though we might not have the same viewpoint as we might have. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Auntie. Thank you to my audience.